Good morning, everyone. Myself, Dr. Krishnamurthy, working as Assistant Professor in the Department of Chemistry, JSS Art, Science and Commerce College, Gokak. Last class, we discussed about the reducing nature or the reducing behavior of carbon by using Ellingham diagram, and also we studied the reducing agents for chromic oxide and zinc oxide. That is, aluminum powder is used as a reducing agent for chromic oxide, and carbon is used as a reducing agent for zinc oxide. Today we will discuss about the extraction of the two important metals, that is metallurgy of nickel and metallurgy of aluminum. So this class includes history, occurrence and applications of nickel and the extraction of nickel by Bond's process. The another metal, that is aluminum, history, occurrence and applications of aluminum and extraction of aluminum from bauxite ore. Let us discuss it one by one in detail. First, metallurgy of nickel. Nickel was first isolated and classified as a chemical element in 1751 by Axel Friedrich Kroested. It is a transition metal with atomic number 28 and atomic mass 58.7. It is malleable, ductile and has superior strength and corrosion resistance. Therefore, it is used in alloy material. The metal is a fair conductor of heat and electricity, and it exhibits magnetic properties below 345 degrees Celsius. Nickel and its alloys are used in making coins, in rechargeable batteries such as nickel cadmium, and in magnets. It is used as alloying elements in stainless steels. Nickel and its alloys frequently used as catalysts for hydrogenation reactions. Nickel is used in gas turbines and rocket engines. There are many applications of nickel in daily life. So next, nickel is the Earth's 22nd most abundant element and the 7th most abundant transition metal. It is a silver white crystalline metal that occurs in combined with other elements in ores. The two important nickel ores are number one, garnerite, this is the chemical composition, and the pentlandite. So next, very important, extraction of nickel by Bond's process. In 1899, Loring Bond, chemist, developed a process for extracting and purifying nickel. The oxide is obtained from nickel ores. These are the nickel ores. The oxide is obtained from nickel ores by a series of treatments including concentration, roasting and smelting of the minerals. Then purification of nickel oxides to obtain the purest metal is performed by the Mons process, which increases the nickel concentrated to greater than 99.99% purity. So by following the Mons process, we get 99.9 pure nickel. This Mons process involves three steps. This is very important to the point of examination. The Mons process involves three steps. First step, nickel oxide is reacted with water gas. Water gas nothing but it is a mixture of or the combination of carbon monoxide and hydrogen. It is also called syngas. So nickel oxide is reacted with water gas, hydrogen and carbon monoxide at 473 Kelvin to remove oxygen, leaving impure nickel. This is the first step. So in the first step, nickel oxide is reacted with water gas to remove oxygen, leaving impure nickel. Second step, the impure nickel is reacted with excess carbon monoxide. Impure nickel is reacted with excess carbon monoxide at 330 to 350 Kelvin to form a volatile nickel carbonyl. This is volatile nickel carbonyl or nickel tetracarbonyl. This is the second step. In third step, one nickel tetracarbonyl. This is nickel tetracarbonyl in IUPAC name tetracarbonyl nickel. So when nickel tetracarbonyl is heated to high temperature, that is 450 to 470 Kelvin, it decomposes to give a pure nickel metal. This is nickel tetracarbonyl. When it is heated to high temperature, then it decomposes to give a pure nickel metal. This is the structure of nickel tetracarbonyl. This is nickel. In this, the oxidation state of nickel is 0. So nickel metal, it is the central metal. It is surrounded by carbonyl ligands. It is an example for homoleptic complex also. That means a metal is surrounded by only one kind of ligands or same kind of ligands. By this method, by following Mond's process, we get a pure nickel metal. So the purified spheres of nickel made by the Mond's process. This is the nickel. This is obtained by Mond's process. The resultant carbon monoxide is recirculated and reused through the process. It is a very important process by extracting nickel metal 99.99%. So next, metallurgy of aluminium. Aluminium is the third most abundant element in the earth crust. It is a silvery white metal with atomic number 13 and atomic mass 26.98. It is almost 27. Because of its strong affinity to oxygen, it is not found in the elemental state, but only in combined forms such as oxides or silicates. Aluminium does not occur in free state, but it is widely distributed in nature in the form of compounds. The important ores of aluminium are bauxite, that is composition Al2O3, NH2O, then cryolite, Na3AlF6, corundum Al2O3, etc. These are the important ores of aluminium. Aluminium is used many applications in daily life. It is used in coins, foils, kitchen utensils, window frames, aeroplane parts, coins, and aluminium is a good electrical conductor and is often used in electrical transmission lines. And aluminium coatings have many uses including telephone mirrors, decorative paper, packages, toys, many applications of aluminium in daily life. Next, very important, extraction of aluminium from bauxite. Aluminium is extracted from its oxide ore, that is bauxite. The extraction of aluminium involves the following steps. Number one, concentration of bauxite ore. Second one, reduction by magnesium. Third one, electrolytic refining. Let us discuss one by one in detail. Concentration of bauxite ore. The method is Bayer's method. The method is called Bayer's method. This is very important. Bauxite ore is concentrated by Bayer's process to get pure alumina, that is Al2O3. This method, that is Bayer's method, is suitable for the purification of bauxite if it contains excess of iron oxide, Fe2O3, that is ferric oxide. When finely powdered bauxite is treated with sodium hydroxide, then bauxite is converted into sodium aluminate. When finely powdered bauxite, that is impure alumina, is treated with sodium hydroxide, then bauxite is converted into sodium aluminate. Next, the solution is filtered to remove ferric oxide. The obtained sodium aluminate is then heated up to 50 to 60 degrees Celsius in presence of carbon dioxide. The precipitate of aluminum hydroxide is formed. Sodium aluminate is treated with carbon dioxide. We get a precipitate of aluminum hydroxide and sodium carbonate is the byproduct. The precipitate of aluminum hydroxide is washed to remove sodium carbonate. Then it is dried and ignited to about 1500 degrees Celsius. Then we get a pure alumina. So aluminum hydroxide is heated to high temperature 1500 degrees Celsius. Then we get a pure alumina, that is Al2O3. This is about the concentration of ore or Bayer's process. Second, reduction by magnesium. We already know reduction or selection of suitable reducing agent by Ellingham diagram. So from Ellingham diagram, delta G naught value is more negative for the formation of magnesium oxide when we compare to the formation of aluminum oxide. Therefore, magnesium can be used to reduce aluminum oxide or alumina. So magnesium is used as a reducing agent for the reduction of aluminum oxide to aluminium. This is about reduction by magnesium. And third step is electrolytic refining, or it is also called L-Herold's process. In this, the electrolysis of alumina, this is electrolysis of alumina, is carried out in a steel tank. This is steel tank lined inside with carbon graphite. Here, the graphite lining serves as cathode. This is graphite lining inside the steel tank. This is considered as cathode. Graphite, that is considered as cathode. Anode is also made of a series of graphite rods. These are anodes. These are also made up of graphite rods. So these are suspended or hanging in the molten mass. So that is graphite anodes. So carbon lining, this is cathode, and this graphite, that is made up of graphite rods which are suspended or infused in molten mass, that is called electrolyte. This is electrolyte. The electrolyte consists of alumina. This electrolyte consists of alumina dissolved in fused cryolite and fluorspar. Cryolite, that is Na3, AlF6, and fluorspar, calcium fluoride, CaF2. So what is the role of cryolite and fluorspar? Cryolite lowers the melting point of alumina by 950 degree Celsius, and fluorspar increases the electrical conductivity of the electrolyte so that the liberated alumina metal may sink at the bottom of the cell. This is the steel tank. Inside, this is a carbon lining, that is cathode, and this is anode, and this is electrolyte which contains alumina along with cryolite and fluorspar. So next, when electric current is passed through this mixture, when electric current is passed through this mixture, as we know, this is the electrolyte, that is alumina combined with cryolite and fluorspar. When electric current is passed through this mixture, what happens? The aluminum is collected at the cathode. Aluminum is collected at the cathode. In the molten state, this is molten state of aluminum, and finally it sinks at the bottom and it is separated. So aluminum is collected at cathode, that is in molten form. This will come this direction, and finally that is the bottom of the sink. Finally it is separated, then we get a pure aluminum. This is the overall reaction can be represented as, that is aluminum oxide, alumina reacts with carbon, then we get a pure alumina and carbon dioxide. This is the overall reaction. So at cathode what happens? Reduction takes place, that is formation of aluminum by gaining electrons, 3 electrons to the aluminum ion, that is gaining of electrons, that is reduction. In case of anode, at anode what happens? Oxidation takes place, that is liberation of electrons. At anode, oxidation takes place, that is liberation of electrons, whereas at cathode, reduction takes place, that is gain or addition of electron. So by electrolysis process or electrolytic refining, finally we get a pure aluminium. This is the process. So in this class, we know about the metallurgy of nickel, that is extraction of nickel by Mott process, and the another metal, that is aluminium, extraction of aluminium from bauxite ore. Thank you.